Now, when it comes to colognes, they can be pretty pricey when it comes to smelling good. But the question is, can the cheaper colognes compete with the big dogs in order to have you smelling like $1,000,000? Let's see. Okay, so let's be real. You just started your cologne journey. You don't really know where you're gonna go. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to look at. You don't even really know what colognes are out there. Sound like you? Guess what? That sounded like me about 6 months ago. So listen, about 6 months ago, like I said, and at the end of 2024, I was thinking about getting into cologne. Why? Because I just wanted to update my fashion sense, bro. Felt like I was growing up and my style needed to match me growing up. My fashion sense needed to match my age. Like I had just newly, graduated college, and I felt like I don't want to be dressing like a high schooler. I don't want to be dressing like a hype beast that just got out of college. I need to elevate my style and elevate my fashion and my fashion wear to look more of a man, I always hated those dudes who they're grown men, but they're still trying to dress like high schoolers. Like they're freaking 42. I'm not 42, but you get it. They're trying to wear the latest Jordans. Nothing wrong with wearing Jordans. Jordans are classy. Jordans are nice. But they're over here wearing the most hype beat stuff because they still want to pretend and remain young. Nah, we need to elevate our style according to our age. So I've been trying to renew and redo and advance my closet. With doing that, I also felt like with the closet, we also needed to work on other things to show, hey, we're growing up. For example, not just your fashion wear, but you need to elevate your accessories. What does that mean? Hey, start getting into watches. I don't have one right now, but I am definitely looking forward to buying some watches and see what fits my style. But what goes along with that also? Fragrance. We can't keep just smelling basic, bro. Don't buy no Axe. Don't buy no body spray. We need to elevate. You can't just depend on lotion, and you can't just be like everybody else who just goes out, hops in the shower, boom, body wash, boom, wash your face, boom. That's it. Done. Put on some clothes, head out the door, go to work. That's cool and all. But if you want to set yourself apart from everybody else out there, especially since I'm pretty sure 90% of the men out there, they just smelling like skin. They not wearing no fragrances. They not wearing no cologne. And if they're wearing body spray like Axe and stuff, cut it. Not getting respect. At least not from me. So I wanted to elevate my style along with how I present myself. So what do? I started getting into fragrance. So bow, let me introduce myself. My name is RUNITBACKGRIZY, and you're here to come along with me, hopefully, on my new fragrance journey. So like I said, I didn't know where to start. I needed a beginner fragrance. I went on YouTube. I started looking at YouTube videos on colognes and how things smelled, but they was talking about notes this, notes that, which is cool and great. Now I know what that stuff is. But if you're a beginner, you're not gonna know what the notes are. You're not gonna know the different openings, the middle, the bases and stuff like that. And you're not gonna know what in the world they are talking about with this has cedar in it, this has bergamot, this has tonka bean. You're not gonna know what those smell like. You're just gonna know what your own nose likes and what you think fits your style. So basically, we're gonna start from there. We're gonna start with the basics. I went out, got a few colognes, and this one I feel is definitely a great starter pack for a beginner who is just on their journey for starting to learn about fragrances. So what cologne is that? Boom, Nautica Voyage. Grant, what are you talking about? Nautica Voyage? I've either never heard of that, or if you're one of those fragrance connoisseurs, I don't know if connoisseur is the right word? Let's say enthusiast. If you're one of those fragrance enthusiasts, I can hear you now. But Grant, Nautica Voyage? That's so basic. Duh, that's why we're starting here. But Grant, Nautica Voyage, doesn't that have a synthetic smell? First of all, this is the beginner journey. You're not gonna know what is synthetic until you start smelling the other stuff. But Grant, oh my gosh, that's cheap, synthetic, and basic. Cheap is because you just started the fragrance journey. You don't need to be breaking your bank in the beginning of your fragrance journey. That's how you go broke. But if you know me, I'm all about my money too. So I ain't just spending a lot of money off the bat without being familiarized with what we're getting. Am I gonna like it? And is it good? Actually, yeah, you need to probably not. I am the king of blind buying.
So that was a f***ing lie.
And just getting the thing because I think it's cool, because we do judge bottles. And if the bottle is not fly, I don't want to try. But for real though, before we blind buy, you probably should smell the fragrance, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't really do that. If I hear it's good, then I try to buy it, try it out. And then if I don't like it, we figure out what we're gonna do. But I'm not spending $1 billion, $1 million, or I'm not spending my whole paycheck just to get a cologne. So if you're starting out basic and you're just learning, this is the one to go to, Nautica Voyage. All right, boom. So here we have 3 rules. Rule 1, we judge the bottles here. How your cologne bottle is set up, we judge it based off of the looks. Rule 2, multiple sprays, honest thoughts. And rule 3, we do real reactions, no fancy no talk, and we do straight facts. All right, so why Nautica Voyage? Well, it's not gonna break your bank. Literally, it won't break your bank whatsoever. The bottle should, if you're shopping at retail, it might go for $25, maybe even up to $35. But if you're shopping at retail, you're getting scammed, bro. You need to go on Max Aroma or Joma Shop. Up there, you'll get it instead of for like $35 or $25. You can get this for like $18 up to $25. It's not that expensive. It won't break your bank. That's why it's definitely very good for beginners. 2, you see all of that? Smell it. It's a fresh scent smell, okay? Fresh scent, very safe for work. You're not gonna be wearing this out for date night. So dudes, if you're going out with your shorty, bro, and you're trying to take her out on a nice, like special romantic date, this is not the one. This fragrance you can pretty much wear all year round, but the type of occasion matters. This is more of a kickback fragrance. So you're gonna go wear this when you're going to a kickback, the 4th of July barbecue, when you're chilling with the homies, or just chilling on a casual thing. It could be like something like a casual date, like, hey, you just going to pick up your shorty, y'all going grocery shopping, y'all go for a quick bite, something like that. But romantic, this is not the one you want to buy. But if you just want to smell good, yes, this is what you wear casually. Now, if you need a better breakdown or visual effect of why to get this or what this smells like, this smells like laundry. Fresh linen, clean laundry. And when you think of laundry, you're not thinking about the colors. It smells like white linens. So picture you just did your laundry and you took all your white t-shirts out of the freaking dryer. This is that, okay? So when you spray this on, think white laundry and freshness, clean freshness. That's what this smells like. So when you get this will probably never go out of style, just like a white t-shirt with some white Air Force Maxes will not go out of style. That fit matches this scent. So if you want to go somewhere casual, like I said, this is what you would wear. If you're trying to match your clothing with your bottle, like you see this fit, nothing too fancy, nothing too flashy. I would wear this Nautica Voyage with a fit like this, where you're just going out, you wanna still, you're not trying to go crazy, you're not trying to be fancy or too expressive, but you still are trying to set yourself apart in a little minor way from the rest of the pack. That's why you would get that's when you would wear Nautica Voyage. At first, when I bought Nautica Voyage, I didn't like it at all, to be honest with you. I was not impressed. I wasn't blown out the water. I didn't even like it because I feel like it didn't fit my nose taste or how I wanted it. Like, yeah, I just didn't like how it smelled. The reasoning behind that is, if you don't know, this is a blue scent. Well, obviously the liquid is blue, but blue scents are like more common scents. They're like safer scents that anybody, as you go through the cologne journey more, you will learn about blue scents. They're more generalized, like everybody will like them. But the reason I didn't like this blue scent is because I felt like it was at first too aquatic. Like, yes, it smelled fresh, but the thing is, I felt like it was so aquatic, it literally smelled like seawater to me. And I did not like that. Like, imagine, you know when you was little and you went to the beach when you was little and you used to play in the water at the beach, and then you act like you put your head underwater and you accidentally like drunk some of the seawater and you taste all that saltiness and nastiness all the fish has been swimming through. Yeah, I felt like this smelled like that, and I did not like it whatsoever. I was not happy. I did not even touch this for like 3 months after I got it. I was like, nah, this is clipped. But I didn't want to throw it away because obviously I paid for it. So what brought me back around was, I feel like I was going out one time and I had a laid back fit, right? It wasn't nothing crazy or anything like that. The problem was the summer was just starting, plus all the other colognes that I had, like I try to match my colognes with whatever fit I'm wearing. And I felt like all the other colognes that I had either didn't match the fit that I was wearing, or like they were too heavy for the summer. The summer is hot, so you don't need to be wearing these big, dark fragrances, these big, heavy fragrances. Like, you want something light, because that heat is just, the cologne feel like overpowering, and it's just like, it's gonna come off as, oh yeah, this dude is trying too hard, or it just doesn't match the aesthetic of what you got going on in the summer. So I was like, yo, I don't want to go out smelling like nothing. So I just picked this up and I sprayed it on, and it worked. Now, the reason it worked is because Nautica Voyage, yes, you can wear this all throughout the year, but if you know colognes, Nautica Voyage is mostly for the summer and for the spring. It's for the summer and for the spring because it's a fresh scent. Most of the fresh scents, if I'm being honest with you, they are for summer and spring, but the thing is, they don't have the longevity that you would like, right? They're on for like 4 to 6 hours, sometimes even less. Or you have to respray the cologne again throughout the day. So you can't just one spray take it. Like, you spray it on in the morning, you go about your day. When you're in your day, boom, you still smelling like it. No, most of the freshies, you gotta based on their oil content, you gotta reapply them. So for Nautica Voyage, I was like, I can't go out there not smelling like nothing. So I sprayed it on, I wore it, and then as I was like, okay, I do have a use for this. It will be your dummy fragrance, your pick up and go. Like, hey, I'm about to go to the grocery store, let me just spray this on. Hey, I'm going to the gym, let me just spray this on. Hey, I'm just doing whatever chores that I want this summer, let me just spray this on. And you will go out the house separating yourself from everybody else, but also smelling good at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It is a grower, not a shower.
What do you mean by that?
It takes some time to grow on to you, because it definitely took some time for me. After I started spraying this a couple of times, like different casual outfits throughout the summer, that's when I was like, oh, okay. I grew more of a refined taste for it. Let's get down to the 3 facts that every cologne enthusiast focuses on when it comes down to scent. And you should know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about projection, sillage, and longevity. So let's talk about projection. Projection. When people are in your vicinity, are they gonna smell you? Are they gonna smell the cologne? For Nautica Voyage, it's average. It's average. So if somebody's standing right next to you, like your homeboy comes up to you and is like, yo, what's up, bro? They dap you up, they come in, they lock it in, they will smell it. Now, two things can happen. Either they'll acknowledge it and be like, yo, bro, you smelling good. Or another thing is, if they don't acknowledge it, it doesn't mean that they didn't smell you. They've smelled you, but the thing is, you smell like fresh laundry. So to them, they're just like, oh, my man took a shower today. My man kept his hygiene up. My man's body wash was, good. So they're not going to say nothing. But they're going to know that you smell good. There's no way you will be wearing this and somebody's going to say, ew, you stink. Not at all. You'll be smelling fresh. But the thing is, the reason why I say it's average is because I would say on a scale from 1 to 100, this would be like, actually, let's say below average. Because on a scale from 1 to 100, the projection on this would be about 40%. Why 40%? I feel like 50% means, hey, the person is next to you, you smell nice. They can obviously tell you smell nice. That's 50% in my opinion, because that's like the halfway mark. That's what any decent fragrance should do. If a person is in your vicinity, just like right next to you, they should be able to be like, okay, homeboy don't stink, or shorty don't stink. They should be able to know, okay, he don't stink, that person smells good, right? Cool. But anything below that, I feel like is below 50%. The reason why it gets 40% is because, yes, the person in your vicinity, if you go hug a shorty, hug your girl or whatever, they'll smell you. Even if you get a kiss from your mama on the cheek, she'll smell you. Your homeboy dapping you up, he'll smell you. But don't think if you're sitting, the person 2 seats over to the side is gonna smell you. Not at all. Don't think that when you go to the family function, the family barbecue, the family Thanksgiving dinner, and you sit at the table, that the person at the end of the table is gonna smell you. Not gonna happen. Or the person at the end of the freaking room is gonna smell you. Not gonna happen. They need to be in your vicinity to smell you. So projection, medium, average, cool. Now let's talk sillage. Sillage. When you spray this on your body and it illuminates off your skin, when you leave the room, will the people still in that room be able to smell you? Meaning scent trail. Does it leave a scent trail? No. Trash. Sillage, trash. This is not for that. I told you. This is not for trying to make a lasting impact on a room. That's not happening with this. This is just to averagely smell good. This is not gonna blow away the room. This is not gonna force an impact. Not at all. No. Sillage, trash. Don't depend on this. Get that out of here. Bah. Now longevity. This is where it gets tricky. It gets debatable for longevity. Why? Because from the standpoint of the overall cologne of time spans of how long it lasts, it's average. But like I said, remember I said this is more of a fresh spring summer scent. When it comes to spring and summer scents, they do not be lasting long. You usually have to reapply sometime throughout the day. When it compares to those, it's good. This longevity gives you 6 hours. 6 hours, you'll be good. Like I said, during those 6 hours, will it be projecting off of you? And like, will your scent bubble be crazy? No, it's just gonna be average. The person right next to you will be able to smell you, but the people 3 seats down won't. When it comes to sillage, trash. Don't expect to be leaving a scent trail. Not even if you were in the car, in my opinion, not even if you were driving or in the passenger seat of the car and the air conditioner was spraying in the car. Like, the person behind you might smell it, but it ain't gonna be that strong and captivating. They might just say, oh, hey, you smell good, but it's not gonna be blown away. But it will last 6 hours throughout the day. And if you believe, some people are picky about this. Me, I'm not picky about it. Some cologne enthusiasts believe, hey, I should just be able to spray it on my skin and that's it. I shouldn't be spraying it on my clothes. But if you spray it on your clothes, you can even get a longer lasting scent. So 6 hours, spray it on your clothes, you might get 7 to 8 hours because it'll stay in the fabric of those, right? Of your clothes. But besides that, yeah, it all depends on what you prefer. For a summer scent and for the cost, it's gonna last. Compared to some of the other winter fall fragrances, it's getting destroyed. But it's still good, especially for an EDT. It's only an EDT, meaning, you know, the oil concentration for it lasting a long time is not that crazy. Like, it's on the lowest tier. So for it being an EDT and it being able to last you 6 hours, you'll get a nice wear. You'll be able to go to work, go throughout work smelling good. Is the bottle worth it or is it trash? Nah, it's worth it. It is cheap, but I feel like that's what gives it even more value. Because it's cheap and it smells good and the projection is average, plus it gives you a longevity fresh scent, it's worth it. You'll smell good. You're only a beginner, so you don't know that much about fragrance anyway. You'll smell clean. You'll smell like laundry. You'll smell like fresh linen. Nobody will be able to get next to you and say, ew, you stink. That's not gonna happen. Not at all. It only costs you at most $25 if you go to the discounted websites and don't go to retail. It only costs you $25. It didn't break your bank. It didn't snap your freaking debit card in half. You still got money in your wallet. You can still take your shorty out on a date if you want to. You'll still be good. So go get it, smell fresh, and then as you learn, this is gonna be just your casual outfitter. Wear it to the kickback, wear it to the barbecue, wear it to the gym, wear it to the grocery store. It's safe for work. Nobody will be reporting you to HR talking about, bro, somebody got on too much of a strong cologne. You'll be fine. It's worth the money. As you learn, you'll grow your palette for more colognes. But right now, stick onto this. It's safe. It's okay to blind buy. I did it. You see what happened. It's a grower, not a shower. It took some time to grow on me, and now look at it. Well, first of all, growing me is crazy work. That's a pause. But it did take some time. Now I'm a fan. Go save your money. Go get this, you beginner. So if you're just getting into fragrances, start here. Start with Nautica Voyage. If you like this video, like and subscribe at the bottom. Become a supporter of the channel. If you like Nautica Voyage, let me know. Hit me in my DMs at RUNITBACKGRIZY on Instagram. Let me know what you think. If you didn't like it, argue with me down in the comments. Let's see. Tell me something better. Tell me something better as a beginner fragrance. Maybe we'll agree. Maybe you'll give me some new insight on something. If not, whatever. Either way, I just saved you some money. Let's get it. Thank you. See you in the next video. Peace.